Mr. President, please stop the winning. We can't take any more winning. Just too much winning. Holy cow. We're 1 week into our new golden age for America. And yeah, we've never seen anything like it. Every day is history making. And the winning continues. Oh, just a moment. We got to take a moment out because I need to dump this out, make room for more. Yeah, there we go. This is just out from they've started. Notice they all started crying about prices now. How much are eggs? You know, libtards never mentioned the prices of anything up until I guess about a week ago. Huh? How funny is that? Well, greetings to you, my friends, wherever you may be viewing from across this great nation and around this wonderful world. Thank you for joining me and tuning in to my channel once again. I am Bayou Gold Guy. This is the Bayou Gold Guy channel where we actually do sometimes look for gold here at the new gold epicenter of South Louisiana. I'm coming off of the week of the 100-year blizzard. It's been 100 years since Louisiana had snow like we had last week. And if y'all see my videos, you know, I had a blast out here with it and did everything but put on a pair of skis and find a levee to ski down. But that being said, now we're in a beautiful 70 degrees, just like it's supposed to be. And yeah, like I said, the remaking of America is continuing as scheduled. We've never seen like I said, the likes of what's going on, and it's just inspirational. Watching Trump sit down and destroy the California libtards around the table there when they're trying to explain to him why they had no water to put out fire. And as of today, he sent in the military into California and opened up the mains, and water is now flowing down from the north into the rest of the state. So again, Californians, they're going, holy crap, you know, we've been talking about this for literally decades, and they told us how this could not be done in a week. Here it is. So yeah, we're like I said, it is a time for great optimism, and just watching the meltdown across the board of every aspect, canceling the DEI, destroying the whole trans grip on America, this insanity of queerism that is just infected every aspect of society is going to be purged. That's why I had the hashtag trans ban a long time ago, and it's finally catching up. So that being said, let's turn to our previously stated gold epicenter of South Louisiana here, where we I guess we can move our bucket as it's refilling and get into some John R. prospecting pay dirt. I received this from John at Christmas. You can see it's his Christmas bag, and this is some Indiana pay dirt that he did from his digs on his video. I believe this is when he said it's come from the big hole that we've seen him working on for a long time. And I think you can see a little bit of gold shining in right there. But he did add gold to it, and could be some fine natural gold in there as well. So let's go ahead and get into this. I haven't done any John R. prospecting dirt in a long time. So this is again stuff we've watched him dig up right off the river. We'll go ahead and pour it out in our Mine Lab pan here. Just get a look at it. Some interesting looking material there. So again, like I said, it's right off a little spot in the river there where it's like I said, I think this is stuff. I'll have to look at his note. I should have had it out here with me. I got to find it in there in the bag of the box. But yeah, this is what he's been digging on. So let's hold on. Let's go ahead. We'll go ahead and classify this one down. Just because we are looking for some fine natural gold that might be in there. Yeah, I was just watching the first press conference with our new press secretary, and again, just having someone up there that I mean, that last John Claude Pierre, the piece of shit. It's hard to say you're the most DEI hire ever, but whenever the vice president has to have that label. But I mean, this one was right behind. She was there because she filled every, black, lesbian, married to a woman, immigrant, illiterate, literally never answered a single question up there. Always had excuse for why she had nothing to say. Just literally one of the dumbest people in Washington. That's saying something. And they actually tried to kick her out a year ago, and she refused to leave. And their own DEI policies trapped them because here they could not fire a black queer woman without looking bad. And oh yeah, so she refused to be fired, if you can believe that. So yeah, that piece of shit's finally out. We don't have to listen to her. They'd peg her down on something, and she'd get pissed off and would storm off the I mean, just meanwhile, just like when Katie McElhaney was before, she'd come out there with a binder and would have all their questions already guessing what they were going to be asking her. This cringe Pierre would literally was just illiterate. It's so refreshing. This one went out there today. I can't remember her name. Cute blonde, but yeah, she was armed and ready, and it was like like a boss out there. So it was awesome again to see people competent, intelligent people in power, representing America. It's like I said, it's inspiring. Let's get some water. Get started on this. Okay, let's see. Let's see what kind of magnetics John's dealing with out there. Look at there, man. That's a pretty good. That's a pretty good amount of magnetite in there for that little bag. So I don't think he added any. I think this is just what he has out there. So they're working in some black sand. So all right, well, let's kick off with our start with our big stuff here. Yeah, I don't know if y'all saw. I just did a short video on the Selena Gomez humiliation. I saw that one wrote itself, man. I saw her that video of her crying to the children, and immediately, I'm a Simpsons guy, so it went to Maud Flanders. Oh, someone please think of the children. And I forgot that Mo was in there with it too. So yeah, I pieced that together. Little garnets showing up in there. Actually, not just tiny ones. There's some. I mean, they're small garnets, but they're big enough. Not like the little sand ones that you can't really see. Those you can really see those. If I can find them in the pan now, they're in the sun. So yeah, that's those. Yeah, where's my finger? There we are. So yeah, those are some nice sized little red garnets in there. But yeah, I don't. YouTube just does not really share those kind out that much. I linked it with my Norm Macdonald video. It still gets, I put that thing out over a year ago of the Where's the Pride? And it still gets, you know, hundreds of views a month on it. It's the funniest thing. Sometimes it'll go a month without seeing it, all of a sudden it'll pop up and be getting a bunch of views. Those are some big chunks of black in there. We got a little bit of gold showing. And that's a small enough piece. That might be some of his. Where are we now? Damn it. There we are. Indiana gold. We'll certainly pick it up. Yeah, cool. Cool with the garnets. All righty. Well, let's see. We got a lot of that black sand in this with those garnets. We need to get adjusted here so the sun's. Have I been sorry? I guess and when I'm out here in the sun, I just can't see the screen until I shade it. I didn't realize I was still zoomed in. Seeing lots of little gold showing up in there. It stands out in the sun for sure. Yeah, it's funny how many comments I got from you guys saying how it's sub-zero temperatures and we still haven't gotten any snow, and we're still waiting for snow, and we're up here in the mid northwest and we have no snow. But like I said, we had to wait 100 years for this. So I am just grateful that I was here to experience it. And it's funny, I mean, they shut down pretty much the state, mainly because so many of the highways are raised going over the swamps, elevated, 15, 20 feet off of the, over the waters there and trees. So, yeah, the highways were shut down, and they were, in town here, they were warning people to stay off the streets. I never got out and drove around in it at all, but I didn't hear about any excessive accidents, or I don't think I ever saw a car or truck come down my street for 2 days until that second day after the sun came out again. And because everything refroze overnight, what little bit it had thawed from the first day, because we were still in the teens at night. But yeah, all my little guys outside made it through. I didn't see him for a couple of days. I brought Hurricane in. He wasn't happy about it, but he stayed in under the cabinet. I'd give him his food, and I moved the box in by the washing machine for him to have in the kitchen, so he wouldn't have to go through the cats to get to it. And then I had to keep shooing them out of it. It's like, you fuckers, get out of here. You've got 2 boxes to use. This is for him. But I just couldn't risk him I just couldn't take the thought of him being out here in this stuff, because it was bad. And I had my heating pad out for him, and that just didn't last, just because the snow covered it up and they were hiding. So, but yes, they all made it through. And there we go. A nice little band of some beautiful gold there. Chunky and some pretty character on it. So awesome, John. Thank you, brother. And again, it's just cool because it's stuff that we've seen. Speaking of the boy, There's my little guy, Hurricane. Hey, Hurricane. Actually, I had a house that I'm going to be jacking up. I was going to start on today, but I got to take Snowball. He's got to go into the vet here in a little bit, just because he's they gave him the steroids last month when I started him on his flea medication, and because he was having like a reaction, a flea allergy, they said, and he's been looking great. He lost most of his top coat through the bottom half of his body for some reason. He wasn't even doing that, but his undercoat had stayed, and it's growing back. But I saw he had a little pink spot coming out on his temple again, which is that rash that comes out and turns into a like an open wound that doesn't until it scabs up on him. So I call him there and bring him back. I need to get his new medicine and 10 doses for the other cats. It's ridiculous. Oh, damn it. I didn't even have that one pointed. Sorry. Hey, little boy, you come over and say hi? You come over to say hi? He doesn't really trust me. He doesn't trust me as much anymore. He's afraid I'm going to pick him up and carry him in. So, yeah, we had a couple of little specks there that had gotten by. That may be some of our natural gold. So, all right, well, since I found those, I'm going to look one more time through this, and we'll be back. Yeah, I definitely need to keep my pan in the sun here, because there is a lot more fine. Oh, John put in a lot more fine gold in here than it initially looked like. I didn't clean out enough material before I started panning, but I don't know if you can pick that up. But there is some fine, tiny gold all through that. This is still that first pan, so yeah, I got there's that up at the top I've separated, and more throughout. So yeah, we got a bunch of fine gold in here. So all right, I'm gonna work this out. Well, the old clock tower just chimed 3 times, so I'm gonna have to go in. That pan, that one pan took me about 5 times longer than I was expecting. So I found tons of little fine gold in there. I kept going through. So yeah, I probably spent 40 minutes getting it. So we'll start out with less material next time, and yeah. We got a lot of fine gold in there, Mr. John added. So, but yeah, I got an appointment with the vet, so I'm going to round them up and deal with that. And I think it'll be too dark by the time I get back, just because it is already late in the afternoon, and I got to have some sun to see this stuff. That's why I didn't miss so much of it at first. I was in the shade. So, yeah, John R. Prospecting. There you go. So I'll catch you guys in a little bit. Thanks. And I am back. This is day 2 on our John R. Prospecting bag now. $500 lighter from that little vet visit with Snowball, and flea doses for all the kitties. So yeah, and it's going to be, now they tell me it's going to be another $500 to fix Gizmo, because he's got the testicle that's up in him. And they say, well, it's going to have, because we'll have to do, exploration or something. I go, there's no exploration. Look, I can show you where it is. It's right here on this little, but yeah, so it was, holy cow. There goes the gold budget for next month. But we're going to get back to it. It's even a prettier day today. We've got the low 70s. Tomorrow we're going to be almost 80. 78, I think, is what they're calling for, but we'll see. So yes, we're gonna get this finished up. I still got that house I gotta jack up. So I do that by myself, but I'm gonna get this done and then put that off till tomorrow, because that'll be Thursday, and I want to try to get this done a little bit ahead of time at least, so I'm not trying to get it finished off at the last minute. So we'll get right back into our John R. Prospecting. I went back through my tailings already from what I had done out, because I found so much fine gold in the last one yesterday. So yeah, we're going with a little bit lesser amount this time. All right, again, we're that Indiana pay dirt, his Christmas bag that he had sent me, and along with the geodes and his Wisconsin. We've got I believe it's Wisconsin that was on there too. Yeah, that we'll be checking out. But yeah, that was a surprising amount of fine gold in that. So, and then mixed in with as y'all saw, a good dose of magnetics. I just wasn't looking that closely, and once I got it out in the sun and started looking through it, each time I'd get down a little farther, I'd find more fine gold. So yeah, it was. It's always fun when you're getting that. You got to work it out. And yeah, I spent at least 45 minutes after from that first pan going back through, getting the tiniest bits out where you're washing, sucking one speck, and try to at least get that blonde sand out. You see it comes up to the top once you shake it. Then you work the rest of that fine stuff out along with the smallest black sand. You shake it up and it kind of brings what's left back to the top. I like to try to get as much of it out as I usually can. I left way too much in yesterday. I was going to zip through it before I had to run up to the vet. It's not that big of a bag. We'll get through this quick. And I forgot again that it was who I was dealing with here, John R. Prospecting. Let's see if that's. Of course, you can see I've got the jet dry. I added more than I had a little bit in there yesterday, and then I saw how much was in there. I think I overdosed it because, and I get a little. You can see I flush it pretty hard whenever I'm washing it down, and you generate the foam that way. But the worst is whenever you're doing the bottle and you're squeezing it out and it's bubbling. So that's when you want to try to go easier on it and not create a bunch of foam blocking your view. So yeah, Snowball got him another steroid shot and some antibiotics, because in like 1 day's time, his cheeks went from being, he was all cleared up and looking great and smooth, to those little pink spots coming out that were going to turn into raw spots. And it turns out that even just one flea is enough to set him off, and it looked like he almost had like on his belly there, because he's licked a lot of his hair off. The vet said it wasn't falling out, that he had licked it, and you can see where along his back, where his reach was, so it has like a band on each side where he could kind of lick up to. I haven't seen him licking that much. I don't know when he's doing it, but so then so I went ahead and I planned on it anyway, but I went ahead and got the dosage for all the cats. So I'm sitting there at dinner time dosing 9 cats, and including the babies, and they all took it very well. So no. Sometimes my other ones would have reactions to that stuff. This is from the vet that I get, the barrier, which is a different one than I've used before, and I haven't gotten any. Or they'd be drooling. Sometimes they'd be disoriented. So I put it on them, and then made sure I try to keep them from licking on each other until most of them went to sleep with me. So, and then he said, as long as for about 8 hours you keep them from, grooming around the area and stuff, that it'll absorb in, and then you really don't have to worry about it. But I've still been, because they're just licking on each other all the time, because they're all, like I said, from a family group, brothers and sisters, basically, with a niece or a cousin, whatever the odd one out is there. But yeah, they're all, and then of course Gizmo's on his flea pill along with the heartworm, which I was resisting giving him that just because I hated poisoning the little dog, because they actually have to bite him. I had to put my eyes on here. They have to bite him and then die to get rid of him. So yeah, he has to take the hit. But I gave him his bath day before yesterday, and there was not a single flea that washed off of him. So it seems to be working good for him. And of course, I've been vacuuming the hell out of the house, and definitely the comforter on the bed. And again, just trying to fight you. There's a 21-day cycle with fleas from egg to larva to adult. So you got to treat and retreat. Unfortunately, I don't really have an infestation. I just got them. Even when I'm working on the kittens or the other cats, I'd find very few fleas on them. But again, he said it only takes one. So, well, there we go. We didn't have much in there, but you can see we've got some chunkier pieces and then some very fine gold at the top. And we will add this to our collection here. And then, of course, I will go back and inspect. Usually I can do a pretty quick swirl like that and see if I got anything standing out. It looks like we got a couple of maybe little tiny specks in there. The clouds moved in today, so I lost my sun that I was needing so bad. But yeah, I can see that we've got some. Oh, sorry, you guys are still zooming. You see we got a few little specks showing up right there. So we'll get this cleaned up and check out another one. We'll get back. I went with a bit less material here on the last pan and this one, just because it's the way you got to do it when you got this kind of stuff. Big difference in recovery. Oh, it's what's making this stuff really tough to get the fine gold out is the garnets. Actually are some really tiny garnet sands that are in here that hold that hold with that gold. And when they're that tiny and the gold's that tiny, yeah, it makes it somewhat challenging. Very, very fine garnets. So yeah, I've been doing this like I told you guys before. Usually try to on fine gold. I'll spend more time washing away than like right here, where you got some that you can tap over and recover. Just so it would look nicer on the at the bottom of that pan. But I guess I started this kind of the wrong side over to do that. So yeah, I've been picking this stuff up more. As you can see, that fine stuff holds in the tailing on the side there on the back side. So yeah, see, I can tap a bunch of that over and get a good amount of it walked over. I've been willing to take some of the black sand as long as I could get clear of the garnets. Because yeah, those are the tough part. I just saw my friends A&M, Mark and Allison up there in the Great White North, frozen creek with gloves up to his shoulders. I left a message something like, you know, unless I'm getting an ounce per pan, a gram per pan, you know, that's a hard pass for me on the frozen creek there. It was a beautiful scene, but no, it would have to be an exceptional amount of gold coming out of every pan. That's what's nice about the blizzard of 2025 down here. Got to have a nice taste of some sub-freezing weather, and like I said, the first snow like that in 100 years, and now, you know, we'll a lot of people will never see that again. And a week later, we're at 80 degrees. So I like that, to have coming from North Texas. I mean, it was you'd have some pretty harsh winters. And we were known more for, you know, not necessarily snow, but ice. We'd have very little snowfall, but the ice is what would be coming down, accumulating on wires and tree branches and taking them down. You know, after, you know, 10 or 15 years of growth, since there'd be that kind of an ice storm, and then there'd be all hell breaking loose. And then, of course, the roads icing. And down here, people aren't familiar with road icing at all, much less, you know, black ice. So, but like I said, I never saw any real. Oh, damn! Sorry, you guys. Was there talking, not showing the over zoomed again? Yeah, where are we? Yeah, right there. It's a little. So yeah, I'm very happy to. I'm very happy to be able to, you know, go back to standard. Right, I had to kind of reset. Remember where I was on this. I was going through the bottom of that last pan, and more super fine. Oh, I probably put too much in here again. I've been cutting it back to less than that there, and then start walking that stuff over from the top there. You can see it comes out of that, just right out of that black sand, and gets a good, almost too far. I'm walking it into the next row of black sand. So yeah, you don't want to overwalk it, but that is relatively clean. And yeah, that's the way you gotta work the tiny stuff. And especially, like I said, when you've got these hold on, where's my damn squirt bottle? That's what I need. All right, so I need my squirt bottle to wash all that other stuff away. You can see now I'm down to one little speck walking out across over there. So all right, well, I'm gonna get this knocked down some more, but look at there, just look at that. Beautiful gold in the black sand. I could really use my sun. It came out for a second, but we got a lot of cloud cover here. We got rain coming for tomorrow, so another reason I wanted to get this done today. I can work under the house in the rain, a little rain, easier than I can have my phone out here doing this. But there we go. We got good separation right there. All right. Well, it looked like we were going to be clear of this, but the rains have begun. It's just well, it is. It's actually kind of it's sprinkling hard. We'll see how much longer we can get away. I'm shielding my camera. A nice warm spring rain though. A week ago, this would have been snow and ice coming down on me. But yeah, man, that last pan, whenever I get down to the bottom, I still spend another, at least 10 or 15 minutes picking through that fine, tiny gold. And I'm still going to have to go back through all this whenever when I've got the sun back. This has been some challenging stuff to get through for sure. It hasn't downpoured on me, so my shirt is definitely quite damp, but the camera's pretty dry. So this is the bottom of our bag here. I even tried using the blue Falcon pan, which I pretty much just use for holding stuff. Just because, again, I can see flashes of little bits of what looks like super fine gold, but without the sun, it just blends in too much with the glare on the water so I put it in the blue to see if it would pick it up any better, and it still could. I mean, you could see it, but not any better than on my green pan as far as being able to wash it out. And like I can when I see it in the sun, basically is what I'm saying. I need the sun to be able to see this stuff. Super fine stuff. That's the flour level. But yeah, that's getting it down to this level is the easy part of all this, because the gold that I chase once this stuff's sucked up is the next level stuff. You gotta move that water so slow. I don't know if you can see the tiny, my damn wet fingers. Come on. That super tiny stuff right there. I mean, it's already fine gold, and then that stuff next to it is the super fine. Oh, and while I'm thinking about it, I still haven't heard from Mary Rusa. Oh, there's some gold we have right there. From the last members giveaway, channel member giveaway, and or thank you. Sorry, I can't say that in YouTube, whatever. But and also from October's Gold Wolf 67. I still have your prize because I never heard from you, and I don't think he's still a member. But and I'm sorry, I know Gold Wolf 67 was another channel before he was that, and I just cannot for the life of me remember who he was to contact him. So yeah, if you know what I'm talking about, Mr. Minix, I'm looking at you. uh, yeah, leave a comment or send it my way because I still have his Halloween prize. That tapped over there. That's see, like I said, that is a string of some super fine bubbles. Get out of the way. But yeah, John R. prospecting, making it tough on us down here on the bayou. I was talking about wishing I'd or thinking about getting out and doing this whenever it was had just snowed and it was all it was still on the ground, it was still freezing. When would I get a chance to be padding in the snow again? But no, I'm enjoying this day in the rain just fine. I like my precipitation a little softer, less crystallized and hard. So all right, well we've got some, as with the other pans, as you can again see, maybe we've got that very tiny stuff intermixed with that fine. We don't seem to have as many of the little tiny garnets in these last bits as we did initially. So we'll get rain starting again. We'll get this stuff picked out, moved over, and we'll look at our snuffer and see how it's going. So, all right, see if we can get this wrapped up real quick here because the rain has picked up. I'm having a harder time shielding my my camera and stuff here. So, all right. The sun actually came out for a few minutes as it was raining. Let's get a look at it here. Little clean. That fine stuff runs right with the gold. Very nice, Brother John. And I would bet you that some of that's some of the gold, natural gold from his spot. And then that bigger stuff's probably what he added to beef us up. But very cool. And he said it was quite a challenging little bag to get through. And still not done because this is the hard part, is getting it cleaned up where it's just gold. So we're gonna see if we can achieve that gold goal and get out of the rain. So go back. Well, here we go, and just check out the super zoom. We know we got to reset. There we go. The John R. prospecting bag. And yeah, I spent a lot of time out there getting this stuff out. Look how tiny that stuff is. And I went back and looked at my letter from him, and this was from the deep hole that he's been digging there in Indiana. And yeah, like you said, this is some really fine tiny gold. I mean, there's my finger, and you can see these are specks, tiny specks. So it's and even after all this time, almost 4 years of doing this, it still astounds me that we get gold dust that tiny out of dirt just using nothing more than a plastic pan and a squirt bottle and a snuffer bottle. Yeah, all right. And I did, like I said, I will I'll sacrifice a little sand, or in this case maybe some super tiny garnets for gold, rather than sending my gold back into the tailings. And I had time before the rain to actually flip, when I was dumping out my stuff, to put it. I usually go through my tailings in the mine lab pan. But yeah, that was awesome. Some awesome weight on that. John, thank you so much, brother. You can see, like I said, I've left a few grains of some really tiny sand. And Pete, maybe I'm not really not seeing. I think I got most of the garnets washed out. So, but yeah, when you see that stuff moving around, you can tell it whenever it's got that. Like I said, it's almost got a liquid quality to it when gold gets really tiny and you're moving around. You can see there, we've got a little speck here and there, but some Indiana gold. Some of this is Indiana gold for sure that was in the dirt, because he's been getting some gold out of those spots. And yeah, the larger stuff that he added like that right there and stuff like that, I'm sure that's what he's added in, but we're pretty clean. And it was definitely an awesome Christmas present from Mr. John R. Prospecting. And yeah, we pretty much started our little journey here on YouTube together. And with that, I will bid you all a fond adieu. and yeah, I've had a couple of martinis this evening. Well, I had to replenish my paydirt bottles. They're out of these at my regular source, and we've been drinking that big bottle of rum I've had since like before Christmas. I finally finished off, but yeah, I had to go, down the road almost to the next town to buy my little 2 for $5 Smirnoffs. And so yeah, I'm having a few martinis. I haven't had martinis in a while. So that being said, if you've made it this far through the video, I'd appreciate you maybe hitting that subscribe button. Thumbs up is always welcome as well. What do you want now? What do you want? Yes, my baby boy. Yes, my baby boy. Oh, there we go. That one of those last videos I did, I picked him up like that and I dropped the mic. I didn't even know it had fallen. And I'm sitting there standing on it, walking on it, making all this into one of the, I guess, the mail call or something. But anyway, what was I saying? Thank you. Thank you all for tuning in once again on the old show here Friday night. Like I said, we're made it through the blizzard. We're going into spring now. They're already decorating for Mardi Gras everywhere. So we gotta after 4 years coming up, you gotta, going on season 5 here in a couple of months. We'll be kicking that off. So yeehaw. I can't keep doing the same thing over and over again. So we'll be changing it up a bit. That's why we have the variety. I mean, we got to get some gold in here sometime, but there's a lot of other stuff that goes on, so we just got to mix it in. I thank all of you that enjoy or are entertained anyway by seeing the other, other side of the gold station here, whether it's the jobs or the weather or the animals. Yeah, we got it all. So again, thank y'all so much. I hope you're having a very good and happy new year as we continue rocking in to the awesomeness that is the new golden age of America. And with that, I will say thank you from Bayou Gold Guy. And until the next time, take care of each other and peace out, my friends. And yeah, let's just keep the winning going. Please, Mr. President, I can't keep up with the winning. No more winning. No, we're gonna keep it going, and it's gonna get to the point where it's just second nature. We're just gonna expect it to go that way now instead of always being on the other side of it. So it's a great time to be here, my friends. Peace out.